we go. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of a little something special here on the channel. With the ending of the Heaters and the Sawteeth series earlier this week, I decided to go ahead and put together an all-time team, compiling the entire rosters of both organizations and assembling them to play in an exhibition game here against the winner of this tournament that we normally have at the end of every season, where it's the 4 teams we've controlled here in the franchise. They'll have a little best of 5 matchups through 2 rounds, and we'll see which team comes out on top and gets the honor to play against this custom team I've made, which will be revealed later on for you guys. So let's jump into the tournament here. I've already got it set up. Alright, so best of 5s here. Let's start simming one game at a time here. Heaters is the 2-seeder taking on the 3-seeded Thumpers. Heaters take game 1. 1-seeded Sawteeth taking on the 4-seed Freebooters. Sawteeth take game 1 in that series. Heaters win again. They're up 2-0. Sawteeth win again 2-0. So both of them are looking to sweep. Heaters do win the third game 7-2. And then in the third game here, Sawteeth rally and win 7-5. So it's a 1-2 matchup here, Sawteeth versus Heaters. Heaters rally to take game 1 4-3 in the final round. They then take game 2 3-0. Game 3 goes to the Sawteeth 3-1. But the Heaters end up winning in 4-6-1 the final score. So it will be the Heaters roster that will be squaring off against the all-star team of the all-time greats. Alrighty, and with that done, we're going to go ahead and set up an exhibition game here real quick. Alright, there they are. And then over here is going to be us. So of course, once again, obviously the favorites are the all-star team that we've put together. And we'll be playing as them as the home team. We'll be playing our standard 9-inning game. And we're going to play at a random stadium at a random time with random weather. And we're not going to use the DH because the Heaters don't use the DH in their series, so we're not going to use the DH here. Practice mode is going to be off, and we're going to jump into it here. Alrighty, so let's reveal this new team for you guys. Hey, Lali, welcome up, buddy. Yeah, so since I ended the Sawteeth and Heater series earlier this week, I figured it'd be a nice time to put together an all-star team of like all the all-time greats from both teams, and just have them square off against the winner of a little tournament we set up. So, yeah, so basically I'm going to unveil my picks for who I think are like the all-time greats from both organizations, put them together in one team, and just have them go have fun for one last exhibition game. No problem, no problem. Welcome in, the line. Nice to see you as always. And then also while we're playing, I'm going to talk about my SMB3 time here on the channel that one of the newer subscribers over on YouTube and Twitch, Scootsy, he asked about like what teams I've done in the past and like why I'm not choosing them for future rebuilds and such. So I figured I'd give that little ditty while we're playing this game. But this is the lineup we're going to use here real quick. They've reshuffled it for us. And we're going to go ahead and make sure all the starters that I want in are in. There we go. Okay, so these are my all-time greats in my opinion. You guys may have differing feelings about this. Yep, finished both of them earlier this week. The Sawteeth got their 5th title, so they went 5 for 5. The Heaters got eliminated in the semifinals in their 5th year. So, but yeah. What's on the horizon next? That's a good question. That's actually going to be coming out later tomorrow on the channel. So we're going to have a new standard rebuild with the medium length 32 game season. That's going to be replacing the Sawteeth series. It's going to be the worst performing team from the Sawteeth franchise throughout the 5 years, besides the Freebooters, because the Freebooters were the only team to not make the playoffs in that 5-year stretch, unfortunately. But it did come down to a tiebreaker, so I'm going to reveal that team later. And then 89, yep. 48 game season. I'll think about it. And then the second one is actually going to be a special project. Scootsy came to the idea up, and he brought it to my attention. I'm thinking I might use that for the second rebuild. We'll save the 90 Ego Shuffle Draft. I think we're going to do that one. We're going to save that one for when the Thumpers are done, I think will be when we'll do that one. Yep, of course the Freebooters found a way to lose. But so the team I chose for the new rebuild idea is also the worst performing one from the Heaters playthrough. There was actually a 3-team tie, with one of the 3 teams being the team I already chose to do this. One was a team I'd already chosen to do prior in SMB3, and the third team is the one that we're actually picking. So that's going to be fun. But let me run you down this all-time greats roster here for the favorites. So, obviously, all-time, I think the best left fielder across both series has been Holly Nicholson. The only really close competition she had was Cash Basket, who also did end up making the roster just for sheer longevity. And, obviously, Nicholson makes a lot of splash plays in the outfield with her defense, slash trips in center. This isn't without a question. His closest competition was Stanley Swanson. I think you know who's going to win that fight. Right, Norm Phenomeno, he's by far a two-way player. Obviously, he's the best. He's going to be our starting second baseman because you'll see why. Mackenzie Fry, definitely the best catcher I've had in both series by far. Like, it's not even close. Jovan Bambino, I mean, come on. The Italian Stallion was always going to be the right field representative. His closest competitor was Johnny Bags. So, no. Big Rig is actually surprising. I was comparing him to Nutmeg. He's actually had a better rookie year than Nutmeg did. He did a lot in the playoffs, and he also did a lot throughout the regular season. Had he not gotten hurt, he probably would have done even better. And then comparing to third baseman in the Heater series, mostly my third baseman is Norm, so that's kind of easy there. First base across both leagues, it's Charlie Testa. He just edges out Peak Physique. Peak Physique does also make the roster, though. You'll see him on the bench. For shortstop, John Renero. Obviously, he beats out everybody in that category just for his sheer longevity and will to not give up. Cecil Sawyer is obviously the best pitcher we've had throughout both series. He's been the most consistent. Backup catcher is going to be Arlo Floyd. This one was surprising to me. I thought for sure I was going to pick DeGrande, but Floyd's more consistent, while DeGrande is streaky. Peak Physique obviously is the runner-up for first base. He obviously was here a lot longer than Grunt Manley. He was here longer than our original first baseman. I'm thinking about this now, and maybe I could have put JYJ in here. I think this is a miss on my part, but I think because Peak was a starter for so long, I think Peak is just going to edge out JYJ, but I think JYJ makes it any other day of the week. Going down to second base, this was actually our best second baseman in the entire both franchises is Janice Friedman. That one big year he had in year 2 of the Sawteeth was enough because Stokes didn't. Obviously, Stokes had a bad year 4, and Stokes was solid in year 5, but she wasn't, like, great. And then in the Heater series, it's been Slip Whoopity who's been inconsistent. So, Friedman wins that fight. Moving to the bench, other infielder is John King. His massive Rookie of the Year / MVP season is, like, top tier. No one ever had that kind of impact as a rookie, and that allows him to beat out other shortstops on this list. Cash Basket obviously makes the team as the backup outfielder just for, being there every year, the Heaters franchise, and being consistent, coming in, doing her job every day, and going home. And the last offensive player, this is a meme pick for me. It is Turf Hudson. The legend himself, Turf Hudson, where he played one game for us in the playoffs, and in that one game, he got a hit against his old team, scored a run against his old team, and then got to play the field against his old team and had a fun time doing it. So I could probably swap Hudson out for JYJ, but I wanted the meme pick in here, so unfortunately JYJ is going to miss the roster. Moving down to the rest of the pitching staff, obviously Reese Hunter's been the most consistent starter in the Heater series for 4 years worth. Outside of her, I couldn't really tell you a starting pitcher that lasted long enough to make a big impact other than Terry Garza, who is on the roster. He threw 3 complete game shutouts in his 2 years on the team. And then obviously Jacob Friendly was a newer addition for the Sawteeth, but he beats out a lot of guys in that series if you go back and look at it, just for sheer consistency. He's just here. Moving into bullpen, obviously you have Norm. But then you also have Kendrick Kerr, who is the only original reliever from the Heaters roster to make it through. Thomas Mesa, who is just as dominant, if not more so than Kerr at times. Vale Hard, who had a fantastic rookie campaign in the final year of the Sawteeth franchise. And then, of course, the closer, Maximo Primo. No one can compete with Maximo Primo. So that is the roster. And the lineup we'll be rocking, obviously, it's Nicholson, Trips, Phenomeno, Fry, Bambino, Big Rig, Testa, Renero, and Sawyer. And then we're going to go ahead and swap everyone else in and get them playing time. So each pitcher is going to get one inning like a traditional all-star game. So let's get into it and have some fun, all right? Ooh, we got the motor yard, it looks like. Lineup heaters are rocking. They got Whoopity, Swanson, Basquet, Testa, Phenomeno, Bambino, Floyd, King, and Garza. There's no surprises in that lineup, really. But yes, that's going to bring me to my next talking point. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier, but Scootsy wanted to brought up of why I'm choosing certain franchises over others in this series to rebuild, and I can walk you through my time in SMB3. So the first franchise I ever did was the Hot Corners franchise in SMB3, and unfortunately the one downside with SMB3 is it only saves your most recent franchise, and you have to delete your standard franchise to replace it with the next one. So I don't have any of the stats to show you offhand, but I can tell you how that one went, as we're just going to play in the background. Don't mind the action going on. I might stop if something exciting happens. But in that Hot Corners franchise, that's a dribbler to third. Big Rig will take that one. We started off being a playoff team the first 3 years, and we lost in the first round of the playoffs every season. We then had a 7-9 fourth year, and then our fifth year we just fell off the bus and went 4-12, and I just got frustrated and quit. Mainly because I just didn't know how to properly rebuild a team, and I thought I was doing it the right way, but I wasn't doing it correctly. I was actually setting myself up for failure with how I was doing it. And I just ended up having a lot of players who were really overrated and never performed up to their high ratings. So then that led me to the Sandcats. They were our next choice. The Sandcats went a full 10 seasons, and we ended up winning 3 championships back to back to back in years, I believe, 5, 6, and 7. If I remember correctly, and we made the playoffs I think we made the playoffs 6 straight years from year 4 to year 9. And we only missed the playoffs the first 2 seasons, the first 3 seasons, and then the last season of the series, I believe, is what we missed. And so I considered that a successful rebuild, obviously. So that brought me to our next team, which was the Freebooters, which is how I met Loai and One Boy, who happened to be viewers at the time. And Wild Dog was actually coming around at the end of the Freebooters series. That's when I met most of those guys. Obviously, I didn't know at the time. Loai and One Boy both lived by the Freebooters. They were their favorite team, die-hard fans, of course, despite how heartbreaking they can be. And then that series went, I believe the first year was 7-9. The second year we did worse. I want to say it was 6-10. And then year 3, I believe, was also 6-10, something along those lines. And then in the 4th year, everything just clicked for the Freebooters. We ended up going to win the title. After everything was said and done, we made the playoffs the last 7 years of that franchise. We ended with the title in year 10, and I believe we ended up winning 4 or 5 titles altogether in that playthrough, which was fun, while being a dominant force. So coming off the wheels of that success, we walked him. Anyway, so coming off that success with the Freebooters, we then went to the Buzzards, which was our next big rebuild on that channel, in SMB3. That one went about the opposite as the Freebooters went. So we made the playoffs the first 7 seasons of the franchise, and we won the title in years 5 to 7. After we got eliminated in the first round in the first 4 years of the playoffs. We then, in years 8, 9, and 10, had 3 straight losing records to get fired. So with that rebuild done, and it also increased my hate for Shaka Sports Turf, as you all know. I vehemently hate that park. just about as much as one boy hates Tiger Den. Let's try to slow it down a bit here. I'm just going to walk him. I'm not pitching the Norm with a 3-0 count. See how we get shouted at? He says my name first. No, alphabetically speaking, I think I just do it alphabetically out of habit. Because I'm avoiding the SR in your Twitch name. And then after the Buzzards, we went back to the Hot Corners. And now the Hot Corners, the second time around, I wanted to... Oh, no, we did the Heaters next. My bad. I'm skipping that whole Heaters thing. You'll see why, and good reason. So the Heaters were the next rebuild in SMB3, and this one only lasted 4 years because canonically we get fired after the 4th year because we had 4 straight losing records. Like, it was bad, and that was like... I didn't know what was going wrong, and it just ended up snowballing out of control. Like, no matter what I did, the team just didn't want to get fixed and ended up getting worse every season. And with that experiment over, SMB4 was getting ready to come out, so I decided to try and give the Hot Corners, which is the final rebuild in SMB3, as well as the first. It came full circle there. I wanted to do a little redemption course with them, and it actually worked out. Now, the first year we had a losing record of 7-9, but in the second season, which ended up being the final season in that series as of this recording, we managed to win the division. I think we went like 12-4, if I remember correctly. And we ended up going and running the table to win the championship. So we got the Hot Corners their ring. So that's why coming into SMB4, when I chose the Sawteeth and the Heaters, obviously the Heaters for the Shuffle Draft franchise was... Tiger Den is low-key interesting, yes, but it is a pain in the ass sometimes to play at. It's like very easy to hit home runs, and it's annoying. But yeah, going back to my train of thought, where was I? So coming into SMB4, the reasons that I picked the Heaters for the Shuffle Draft series was because I wanted the redemption for that franchise, which we got with the 2 rings we did win in the 5 years. And then for the Sawteeth pick, they were actually the worst performing team at the time in the Hot Corners series. So I'm like, they start as a pretty balanced team. What can I do with guys like that, you know? And then here we are, 5 years later, we got 5 rings. So I'd say both those rebuilds were considered successes. And now we're moving on to something new. So moving forward, I'm going to try to do rebuilds that avoid teams like the Sandcats, the Hot Corners, the Heaters, the Buzzards, the Freebooters, because I've already done those franchises. And I want to do different franchises to like make it all inclusive for the entire family. Oh, it looks like they chose Terry Garza to pitch this game. Interesting choice. I like Terry. Got her down. That's in there, 0-1. But yes, that's my thought process and reasoning for behind which franchises I choose and why certain ones are getting picked over others. Normally, it's like the worst performing team. And if the worst performing team happens to be one team I've already done, we'll go to the next one and so on and so forth. And if there's a tiebreaker, it'll be which team had the least amount of playoff success in the playthrough. Got him. And look, through that talking, he only gave up 3 runs, so yay. God, that's not nice. So yeah, so then looking forward on the channel, obviously after I'm done this recording, I'm going to go to bed, because where I am, it's 1:30 in the morning right now, so. After that, we are going to come back with the next episode, which is Year 3, the beginning of the Thumpers franchise rebuild, Year 3. That's going to be first, as that now becomes the #1 franchise. And then after that, we will unveil the new standard franchise, which I'm probably going to be playing at 90 ego, so Lawai, you will get your wish. It will be at 90 ego, but it's going to be the 32-game series. I want to see how that plays out first. And then after that, it's going to be the debut of the new special project that Ascuzzi actually introduced to me that I'm going to be doing with the second team. So the standard one is going to replace the Sawteeth, and the new special project is going to replace the Heaters. And also, interesting note is Nicholson's our leadoff hitter here. The reason I chose the Freebooters for that Major Leaguer Combined League series is because, obviously, the Freebooters become one of my favorite teams here in the series, just because of how predominantly unlucky and bad they can be at times. It's hilarious to look at. What am I swinging at? Oh my god. 90, we did it. Clip it. Clip it. Yes, you've weared me down. The good old captain himself, slash trips. Okay. Alright. I'm having trouble catching up to Garza's fastball. Yes, you all have convinced me to choose them as my favorite team now. It's just like, they can't be that bad, can they? And then they prove to be so. Damn, I need to learn how to hit again. We are many. 3. Indeed. Alright, so all traditional all-star game rules. We're going to sub in the next pitcher here. Each pitcher is going to get an inning. So next up is going to be... I think I had this written down on paper. It is going to be Jacob Friendly next. He is the number 2. Obviously, Jacob, for those who don't know, he pitched in years 4 and 5 of the Sawteeth franchise, and he was actually really consistent. Like, he was so consistent, he actually beat out a lot of guys who came before him. Doesn't have a lot of longevity here on the list, but he's really good. Like, solid pitcher I would throw out there every day as a number 2 or a number 3. Case in point. So obviously our ace for this was Cecil Sawyer. He was the only pitcher to last full 4.5 years in that rotation for the Sawteeth. He was one of my first roster moves I think I ever made in the series, and he just stuck around because of how dominant he became as an ace pitcher. Like, it was amazing to see. That's chopped at the middle. There we go. Here comes the captain slash trips, obviously. So he's a 4-time MVP in the Sawteeth series. Obviously, you can't argue with those numbers. Charlie Testa up next. He's over actually at first base for us today. He's the starting first baseman just for all the power he brings. Hitting the hole. Hey, JR, nice snag. He gonna get him. There you go, John. Old man still got some pop. Bottom 2. Okay, Fry, Bambino, and Big Rig coming up. All right. So obviously the all-time catcher, I think Mackenzie Fry beats out basically everyone on the list just for the amount of power she brings. I did not update her player thing. She actually has power and contact versus right-handers now. That's inside. That's a chopper. Hey, we made contact. Progress. And then Jovan Bambino, obviously the Italian stallion, patrolling right field all 5 years of the Heaters franchise. There was no question he was going to be the right fielder. His next closest competitor is Johnny Bags from the Sawteeth, who only lasted 3 years. And I think you know who I would pick every day. Get through there. Yes, there we go. Right through the middle. All right, next up, obviously, we have Big Rig, rookie third baseman from the Sawteeth series. He played only year 5, but in that 5th year, he did more than Kieran Nutmeg ever did in 4 seasons. And then his playoff run, magical. He had 14 RBIs driven in that year 5 playoff run. Like, dude is just, he's like deceptively good. Like, you see this round, rotund guy playing third base as a 25-year-old, and you think, oh, this guy can't move. He doesn't have reflexes. Not only is he a good fielder, he's also really fast. For a third baseman, surprisingly. The only bad thing about him is whiffer. That's really the only downside to his game. Good eye, good eye. All right. Ah, chased it. Damn it. All right, and then Charlie Testa, obviously. This one, I think, it's between him and JYJ. I think Charlie Testa did more power-wise. I know JYJ had a fantastic 5th year and 4th year, but I think Charlie Testa beats him out just for like how much offense he brought to the team after year 3 of the Heaters. Because I think he came in year 3 or year 4, and he just took over the starting job, and we never looked back. Like, he was a solid gem to find with maxed out power already, and he kind of just became this perennial power hitter. Granted, it kind of makes him a glass cannon, but in that final episode of the Heaters playoff run today, he hit for the cycle in a losing effort. So, all right. So next up is their third starter here in the rotation. It's going to be the only first representative from the Heaters. It is Reese Hunter. Hunter obviously played, I believe, 3 or 4 years in that playthrough. I believe she was around since year 2, so she played 4 years. She was our longest-serving starter in that series, and she became an ace, basically, without the ace title. She has a solid trait, and, you know, she's a good pitcher. She's a good junk baller, got a lot of pitches to choose from, and she's accurate from time to time. Yeah, that's a walk, but she's also prone to walking batters as well. That's her one downside. Still, just based on longevity in the Heater series and her consistency through all those seasons, she's earned this spot. Ah, Trips could have got, he did get there, he just didn't get to it fast enough. Alright, 2 in scoring position for John King. Rally stopper is the one caveat that Hunter got in her last year, which made her basically effectively dominant. In her final season, Hunter was the only starting pitcher to win all 4 of her starts, so in the entire league, so that's saying something. Granted, she got pissed on in her one playoff start she had, but it is what it is. Comes with the territory. There we go. That's down. Oh, come on. Give me the call, ref.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3, Sloop Whoopity.
It's funny how I get rally starter and I can't seem to throw a strike now. There we go. There you go, Reese.
Center fielder, number 6, Stanley.
Oh, where's that going? Apparently up. That's another run. Yep. This is falling apart, but hey, we're having fun, right? There you go, Slash. Got that one. Alright, well, we're only down 5. And still the 3rd inning. We got time. Alright, here's JR, obviously. One of the OGs to make it through 5 years in the Sawteeth series. Guided us to all 5 championships before we finally... we do decide to part ways with him in the final off-season of the series, but... going without saying, Renero's contributions to the team are legendary. Like, this dude came up with more clutch home runs time and time again than I've ever seen in any of the series. And he is the one guy to win an MVP award outside of Slash Trips. So, Trips won 4 out of 5. John was the 5th. Solid, solid. Moving on, obviously Reese Hunter's due up next. We're going to use a pinch hitter here. Who do I think is only suitable for a pinch hit duty? Obviously Janice Friedman. Friedman, he played 2 years in the Sawteeth series. He played years 2 and 3. He had a comeback player of the year worthy MVP, or almost caliber season in year 2. I think he finished 2nd on the team in homers and RBIs and like 2nd in batting average or something. Like, dude went from hitting under 200 his first year to hitting over 400 his 2nd year. So it's like he had such a fantastic turnaround that I brought him back for a 2nd year, and then he got injured twice. So I had to let him go. But compared to the other competitors in this category, you have Sloop Whoopity from the Heaters, who was there for almost all 5 years and didn't do a whole lot. And then Annabella Stokes, who played the last 2 years in the Sawteeth series, and she was more consistent than Friedman at times, but she also had an injury-prone season. And then power numbers-wise, it's not even close. Friedman beats her out in that category. Heater down. Oh, whiff through it. 0-1. Missed it. 0-2. There we go. Get down. Damn. Unlucky. And we're back to Nicholson. That's a strike. 0-1. Oof. Come on. God. Garza's on his A game right now. Speaking of Garza, though, he's actually the next starter out of the bullpen. So in the Heater series, Garza played years 4 and 5, and he was the only starter in that series to throw multiple complete game shutouts, outside of Perd Lovelorn, who was only there for 2 years. Lovelorn had 2. Garza had 4. I think 3 or 4 across 2 years. Dude was just... And looking at his ratings, you wouldn't expect it, especially with choker. But that rally stopper trait really helps him in clutch situations. And he's also deceptively fast as a base runner. Garza beat out more infield base hits on bunts than I've ever seen.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 72, Charlie Testa.
Ooh, Charlie trying to take his teammate deep. Easy, Charlie, easy. There we go, foul that off. 0-2. Chased it. Nice. Get there, Holly. There we go. All right, Norm.
Number 26, Norm Phenomenal.
Popped him up. There you go, Fry. Go get it. There we go. Nice guy. Nice pitching, Terry. That was actually clean. All right, Slash. Let's get it started here. That's the line out. Damn. We're hitting it hard. We're just hitting it right at people. All right, Normie. Pitch. Good pitch. All right, look out there. Stay with it, Norm. Oof. Well, at least we timed it. We're on it. We're just not squaring it up good. All right, McKenzie. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm struggling. Just can't seem to buy a hit right now. All right, moving into the bullpen here for the roster. It's going to be, we're going to do from back to front. We're going to go ahead and go with rookie Vail Hart next from the Sawteeth series. He pitched in year 5. He had a good rookie campaign. He had 1 bad outing, which ballooned his ERA, unfortunately, because we're playing on, such short sample sizes. But in the playoffs, in that run in year 5, he made 4 appearances. He got the save all 4 times. He was lights out in the postseason. And he didn't even have, he had stimulated active for 1 of those appearances. He didn't even have it activated for all of them. And he still managed to not give up a run that entire run. So that was impressive, to say the least. So that kind of earns him the nod over other pitchers like Christian Nunez, who, although great developmental player, is not all-star caliber. Hang McConnell obviously lives up to her name of hanging breaking balls left, right, and center. Everett Waters kind of fell off at the end of the Sawteeth series. Same with Tiger Ortega. And Alonzo Bangett just doesn't bring enough to the table to earn an all-star slot back. So I think Vail Hart is clearly the concise pick here. Got him. Yes, nice pitch, Vail.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 53, Terry Garza.
Ooh, wow, what a swing. Yeah, Garza's deceptively good as a hitter.
Now batting, the second
All right,
baseman,
Sloop.
number 3, Sloop. Whoopity.
Look out. That's foul. Okay. Ooh, come on. Damn it. Yes, get there. All right, nice pitch and bail. All right, bottom 5. We're down 5-0 still. Let's see if we can get the offense going here. Let's go. Jovan, he so far got our only hit. Get there. Come on. Right at him. All right, Big Rig. Get over. There you go, Lawrence. That's an extra base hit for sure. Good hustle. All right, Charlie. Oof. Get through. Yes, there we go. Hold, hold, hold. All right, JR's up. All right, come on, John. Now's the time to be clutch. And against Rally Stopper, no less. That's going to be a tough one. What am I swinging at? Oh, my God. That's a double play, but it'll... Nope, that's going to end the inning, actually. I thought it was only no outs. Oh, John. All right, well, next out of the bullpen here for us, it's going to go ahead and be Thomas Mesa. He's been here since year 2 of the Heaters franchise. He pitched 4 years with them. He actually developed into a really solid reliever that ended up with ERAs under 2 and under 1 in his last 2 years in the series. Like, he became such a lights-out setup guy that I had to have him on the roster here for this all-time great team. Like, without him, there's no way Kendra Kerr gets as many saves as she does, or Norm gets. Of course, it would help if I could actually throw a strike. But, you know, small steps, baby steps, baby steps. All right, Cash. Also doesn't help that he's pitching against the team that he's currently on. He's from the Heaters, so they know how he pitches. All right, there you go, John.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 72, Charlie Testa.
There we go, nice double play, guys. Good job. All right, not bad. All right, so we'll pinch hit for Mesa here. Who's next? I want Cash to get playing time in the field. John is probably going to get playing time in the field too, I think. I'll probably leave Testa in. He's a better fielder, so... Floyd I'm going to put in the field as well. So I think it's going to be the meme player here, Turf Hudson, who was only on the last year of the Heaters roster, but he became such a meme just because of what we did with him. So Turf Hudson, for backstory, played 2 years in the Heaters franchise. In years 4 and 5, he was on the Buzzards roster. He made no appearances his rookie year. He didn't even come off the bench to pinch run or anything. Like, he just sat there. Wasted a year of eligibility. So then in his second year, he gets 1 appearance as a pinch runner and steals a base, and then he gets cut the game immediately after that. And I remember this because it wasn't against us, it was the game after ours, but the game he played against us, he was the last batter on the bench in that extra innings game, and they chose not to pinch hit with him and let the pitcher bat. Like, that's how little they believed in him. So they cut him, and I wait till the end of the season. I pick him up as a playoff roster guy who, like, you know, has good speed, and I wanted to get him a hit. And it turned out the team we played in the quarterfinals in that final year for the Heaters was the Buzzards. So in Game 3 with us up 4 runs, I think it was 5-1 at the time, and there was like a runner at first. I had Hudson pinch hit for the pitcher, which actually ended up being Thomas Mesa, who he just pinch hit for here. He hit a single. He then managed to score later in the inning, and then he played the field and got to show his old team what he could do and what they could have had they used him as a player. So he literally finished as a career stat line 1 for 1 as a hitter, 1 stolen base, 1 run scored. Just to watch the favorites get 2 hits. Sorry, Loai. My bad. Missed it. Come on, Turf. Get through. Damn it. Unlucky. Good story. Yeah, he's a legend. All right, Nick. Jesus. That didn't go well. Get over there. There you go, Slash. I knew he wasn't going to get held hitless. Good job. Nice hit, Slash. All right. Come on, Norm. Chased it. Damn it. Oh, we're not having any luck. All right, so we'll sub for the batter. Obviously, Kendrick Kerr's next out of the bullpen here. We're going to take Nicholson out. Yeah, we're going to take Holly out. And then we're going to put Cash Basket in left field, so she's actually going to get to play in the field now over Hudson. Kendra's going to get 2 innings here, and then the 9th inning we'll give to Primo because he's the last pitcher we have in the bullpen. That's fouled off, 0-1. But yeah, this Heaters team is pretty good. I'm not surprised they actually ran the table and won the tourney. I also wasn't surprised it came down to them or the Sawteeth. They were by far the 2 more dominant franchises, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, Kendra Kerr, she's the only OG reliever from the Heaters roster to play all 5 years with the team. There's nothing more to say. She evolved from like a good reliever to a lights-out, top-tier, elite reliever. Like, she is dominant. Like, her last 2 years in the regular season, her ERA was either 0 or less than 1. So that's saying something. Like, she learned how to pitch and be elite, and she took over for Durr Neverwalker because we couldn't afford Durr, obviously, so he left to go get more money elsewhere, and Kendra stepped up to become the ace out of the bullpen that we could rely on day in and day out. So it was nice to watch her take up the mantle as our top reliever. Where's that going? Come on. Come on, Kendra.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 53, Terry Garza.
Oh my God, you really hit him? Jesus. This is just like what happened in the last episode of the Heaters. Like, she hits a batter and then gave up a 3-run homer to put the nail in the coffin in Game 2 of that series. Because I believe we got swept by the Jacks in the semis in that final episode. There we go. Nice pitching, Kendra. Way to strand him. Alright, so since there's no guarantees of getting to bat again for these guys, we're going to pinch hit now. Arlo Floyd. He's been the best catcher in the Heater series, in my opinion. He's consistent. He comes in, he does his job. He doesn't complain. I love him. Yeah, John King's getting a workout today. There's been a lot of hits to short. All right, Jovan. Get there. Yes! Got off his glove. Nice rip. There we go, Jovan. All right, Big Rig's next. I don't have anyone to pinch hit for him, so he's good.
Lawrence Higgins.
Come on, Big Rig. That's not a strike. Okay. Ugh, damn, that changeup got me. He got to it. Shame it's going to be a fly out, but, you know, he got to it. Silver linings. All right, Charlie. I want Charlie to play. I'm going to save Peak. He's going to be the last pinch hitter we use for the pitcher slot. Charlie's a better fielder, in my opinion. Ah, come on. That was center cut, too. 2-0. I don't know what it is. We just can't hit today.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 6, Stanley Swanson.
Yeah, good effort, Cash. You weren't going to get there, though, I don't think.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 62, Cash Basket.
Oh, come on. Give me a call. It was right there, bro.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 72, Charlie Testa.
Ah, come on. Give me a strike call. Walking him. I hate walks.
Number 26, Norm Phenomenal.
Nope. That sounded bad. Yeah, that's not coming back, is it? Nope. Well, Norm just put a stamp on that game. Oh, dear.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 25, Yovan Bambino.
If I had another reliever to pitch, I would go to one here, but I don't. Oh, wait, I do, actually. Hold on. I just remembered, actually. Primo's in. So, obviously, Maximo Primo was the closer for the first 3 years of the Sawteeth series. He was lights out for most of it. Of course, he started regressing, and he became overpaid, so we moved away from having a closer that we didn't use on the roster anymore. Every year, his usage went down and down. So, eventually, we did end up getting rid of him, but I think with how dominant he was as a reliever, he deserves to be on this list. That's lined at the middle. Ugh, great. And the onslaught continues.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, John King.
No. You could throw a tantrum. Ball low. Strike.
Got him. Nice. Solid curve.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 53, Terry Garza.
Get him. We're not going to get him at first. Garza's really fast, but we'll take the lead runner.
The second baseman.
Don't know why he's bunting when they're up 9-0, but whatever. Even I'm not that toxic. Come on. Got him, yes. Nice pitching, Primo. All right, let's go. All right, JR.
The shortstop,
a good hit. Oh, that's hit. Get over, get over, get over. Yes, nice job, JR. I knew he wasn't going to go hitless here. And Basket getting her first at bat. Cash, obviously. One of the most consistent bench outfielders I've ever had, and she actually became a starter in the Heaters series because of the shuffle draft. She's also the only original batter from the first roster to make it through all 5 years, including the offseason. So, Joven and Norm did play all 5 years on the team. They don't make it through the final offseason because of money issues, unfortunately. There you go, Cash. Advance the runner. Solid job. Primo due up next. Obviously, we're going to pinch hit for him. So Norm is going to pitch next inning. So pinch hitting is going to be, we're going to go ahead and bring in John King. Yes, I do. Obviously, John King had one of the greatest rookie campaigns anyone's ever seen. He played years 4 and 5 in the Heaters franchise. John, in his rookie campaign, hit so well that he won Rookie of the Year and MVP by accident. Like, I didn't know he was hitting that good, and he ended up just becoming dominant. And then in his sophomore season, obviously, he had what every rookie pitch player coming into their second year has, a sophomore slump. And it was so bad, he basically just disappeared. But I believe in him, and I had faith in him, and obviously he makes it through the year 5 off season. He's going to take up the mantle as primary shortstop, and he's going to try and run with it. I think he has a bright future ahead of him. Come on, John, bring home the run. Or not. Yeah, or strike out. You know, that's cool too, John. Great job. Oh, dear. All right, Slash. Good eye, good eye. Come on, Slash. Ooh, out in front of it. Got me on that one. Get through. There you go, Slash. I knew someone was going to bring home a run. Who else? Mr. MVP, of course. Norm's up next, 0 for 3. Mesa. That's right, that funky sidearm delivery. Come on, give me one. Ah, that's going to be an easy fly. Yeah, that's out of it. All right, so John's in. I also think if we put John in the... Yeah, we're going to put John on the bench. We're going to go ahead and bring in Peak Physique, and he's going to play second base. So John is at first base, so John is done. And we have no more bench guys. All right, Norm, you're our last pitcher. Go get him. Yeah, that's a good start, good start.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 62, Cash Basket.
Oh, where's that going? Whew, that slipped. Nice job, Slash, showing off the leather.
The first baseman, number 72, Charlie Testa.
Got him to chase. Nice job. Charlie the Charlie, look at that. Good pitching, Norm. All right, so we're down 8. I don't think we're going to win this game, but it was fun playing it while we, did play it. Let's just see if we can get some more runs. Come on, Arlo. Power versus righty active. Show something here. A little late. Get through. There you boy. Good job, Arlo. Good job. All right, come on, Joven. Good eye, good eye. Get through. Chop it. Beat it out. Yes! Good hustle, boys. Good hustle. All right, Big Rig, come on. You're due. Hit well, but right at Basket, unfortunately. Okay. One down. Go on, Charlie. Good eye, good eye. Oh, so the only person who doesn't get to bat on the team, obviously, is Peak Physique. He did get to play the field again. I think that's the same thing that actually happened last time as well, which is a damn shame, but it is what it is. So we got blown out, 9-1. It wasn't even close. I don't know what it is, but my pitching has just been off the last couple of days, so I apologize for that, guys. Normally I'm really good, but for whatever reason, I just can't get it going. But yeah, so it was nice getting to see the roster and, you know, revealing who I think are like the all-time greats, obviously. Here's the pitching lines for everyone who was interested. All my pitchers got to pitch at least one inning. But yeah, my pitching was just off today, so it's not really fair to them. We made Garza look like a world beater, which sometimes he is. He has 4 complete game shutouts to prove it. But yeah. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the roster, and, you know, who would you rather have on there, or is there someone I missed, or is there someone else you think didn't deserve a spot, or, you know, someone else I just completely overlooked. Let me know. But yeah, it's been fun doing both series, guys. It was nice to do this little one-off episode here, just to, you know, kind of put a bow on everything. So next episode I'll hear on the channel for Twitch and YouTube is going to be the randomized franchise rebuild for the Thumpers. They're going to be priority number 1 moving forward, and then it's going to be the new... after that, it's going to be the new standard franchise we're going to do, where we'll reveal the next team will take over. And then the day after that, it's going to be the new special project we've been working on with Scootsy that we're going to debut as well. So hopefully you guys tune into that and are, you know, ready to experience some new things here on the channel that hopefully you all enjoy. If you made it this deep, guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch is down in the description below if you guys want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted, and also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. Quick shout out to Lawai for sticking with me through this. Nice here seeing you, buddy, as always, and always happy to talk to you. But that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. If you haven't already, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.